Hello everyone. In the previous discussion, we had seen some conclusions like the presence of double bond, oxidation, and then we had seen about the cholesterol being a secondary alcohol, so on and so forth. With respect to these conclusions, let us look at the reactions. So the first reaction is when cholesterol, that is this compound, it reacts with acetic anhydride, OH will get converted to OAC. That is cholesterol on reaction with acetic anhydride, it will be giving me a monoacetate. With this, we can conclude that there is a presence of one OH group. Cholesterol, upon reaction with bromine in acetic acid, it gave a dibromo compound. This dibromo compound concluded that there is one double bond present. So these were the first two reactions that we tried to understand. That is, there is presence of one OH group and there is a presence of one double bond. Further, we saw many conclusions based on which we will be looking for the reactions. Cholesterol, when it undergoes a reduction using hydrogen and platinum, it will reduce the double bond to give me cholestanol system. Now, the double bond between position number 5 and 6 is reduced to give me cholestanol. That is my compound number 2. This cholestanol, upon oxidation with chromium oxide, gave a reaction or gave a compound called as cholestanol. The OH group present over here, it is converted to a carbonyl carbon, giving me a cholestanol. This also established that there is a presence of a secondary alcohol. The cholestanol, that is secondary alcohol which is converted to a carbonyl carbon system, upon reaction with mercury and zinc in the presence of HCl, the carbonyl carbon is now reduced to, the carbonyl carbon is reduced to CH2, giving cholestane structure. This formation of cholestane structure concluded that cholesterol has got a tetracyclic system. With these reactions, we could conclude the previous discussion. Before entering into the next discussion, we need to understand a rule called as Planck's rule. Now, before we try to understand a Planck's rule, let us first see, now there is a presence of compound which is 1,5-dicarboxylic acid. Now, can we not look at the structure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? This 1,5-dicarboxylic acid, when it undergoes pyrolysis, it is going to give me an anhydride. If there is a presence of 1,5-dicarboxylic acid upon pyrolysis, it is going to yield me an anhydride without any loss of the carbon system. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can say that there may be a loss of carbon or there may not be a loss of carbon, but mostly what happens is there is loss of a carbon system to yield an anhydride system. Firstly, then in the addition, when there is a presence of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1,6-dicarboxylic acid, upon the same reaction, that is pyrolysis, it yielded a ketone. If there is a presence of 1,6-dicarboxylic acid or 1,7-dicarboxylic acid, it will yield a ketone with one carbon less. Now we have started with 6 carbons over here. We will be ending it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is one carbon less. Now this itself is established as a Planck's rule. So Planck's rule says that if there is a presence of 1,5-dicarboxylic acid, there is a synthesis of anhydride system. And if there is a presence of 1,6-dicarboxylic acid, the ketone with one carbon less is synthesized. So in both the situation, we will be losing one carbon. But if there is a presence of 1,5-dicarboxylic acid, we will be easily getting an anhydride system. But with 1,6 and 1,7-dicarboxylic acid, we will be getting a ketone. Upon cyclization, we will be getting a ketone with one carbon less. Now this is what we have seen in our examples also. 1,5-dicarboxylic acids will give me anhydride and 1,6-dicarboxylic acid will give me a ketone system. This will be helpful in the further constitution of cholesterol. So then the next system that we try to analyze in the constitution of cholesterol is position of OH group. Cholestanol on oxidation with HNO3 gives a dicarboxylic acid 5, which on pyrolysis yields a ketone 6. So in this particular reaction, first cholesterol reacts with hydrogen and platinum. This is going to reduce the double bond system. Further, when it reacts with tetraperoxochromate, it is now going to get converted to a cholestanol system. This upon reaction with HNO3, it is going to yield me a dicarboxylic acid with two isomeric products. Now these two isomeric products, when they undergo a pyrolysis, they are going to give me a ketonic system. Now these reactions are as follows. Observing that cholesterol, when it reacts with hydrogen and platinum catalyst, the double bond is reduced. When it reacts with tetraperoxochromate, it is getting converted to a carbonyl carbon. The OH gets converted to a carbonyl carbon, yielding me a cholestanol. This is my compound number 3. This compound number 3. Now, there is one thing here is, if there is a presence of a cholesterol system upon hydrogen and platinum catalyst, sometimes it so happens that the double bond is reduced and we will be getting a cholestanol system. But hydrogen and platinum in the presence of CrO8, that is tetraperoxochromate, instead of reducing the double bond, we will not be getting a reduction in the double bond. Instead, there is an isomerization of this double bond. That is, the double bond will move to the position between 3 and 4 respectively. In turn, now I will be getting a system called as cholestanol system. So simply making use of hydrogen and platinum catalyzed, there is a reduction in the double bond. But because I am making use of hydrogen and platinum catalyst in the presence of tetraperoxochromate, there is an isomerization of the movement of the double bond between position number 3 and 4. Now this position in 3 and 4, it is with respect to the carbonyl carbon of the cholestanol system. Hence the nomenclature is said to be cholestanol. That means there is a presence of a double bond. Because there is a presence of a double bond in the carbonyl carbon, now there can be an easy cleavage between 2,3 position as well as 3,4 position. This upon reaction with HNO3. First, there is a cleavage between a system like 1, 2, 3 and 4. There may be a cleavage between 3,4 position, and then there may be a cleavage between 1, 2, 3 and 4, that is 2, 3 position can be cleaved. Because of the cleavage of this, we will be getting two isomeric products. Now when I observe that there is a presence of two isomeric products, one is between the cleavage of 3 and 4 carbon, the other one is between the cleavage of 2 and 3 carbon respectively. So when I write this ring structure, it is 1, 2, 3. This is 2, 3 cleavage. And then when I write a system like this, we can observe that there may be a 3, 4 cleavage. That means I can see 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a cleavage between 3 and 4. Now these are said to be isomeric dicarboxylic acids. Now let us see what type of dicarboxylic acids these are. Whether they are 1,5-dicarboxylic acids or they are 1,6-dicarboxylic acid. Dependent on those two systems, we will be now applying a system called as Blank's rule. Just now when we saw a Blank's rule, what it said? It said that because there is a presence of either 1,5-dicarboxylic acid, it is going to give me an anhydride. If there is a presence of 1,6-dicarboxylic acid, it is going to give me a ketonic system. Now let us observe what type of dicarboxylic acids these are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can observe that this is 1,6 dicarboxylic acid. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here also it is 1,6 dicarboxylic acid. So both the isomeric acids that we have synthesized are dicarboxylic acids which are 1,6 in position. These two isomeric products upon pyrolysis, previously when I saw upon undergoing a pyrolysis as 300 degrees centigrade and applying a Planck's rule, it says that because there is a presence of 1,6 dicarboxylic acid, it is going to yield me a ketone. The ketone being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is less by 1 carbon. Now with this we can conclude that because there is a presence of 1,6 dicarboxylic acid, I have got a ketone which is less by 1 carbon. So here we have applied our Planck's rule. Based on these reactions, now we need to conclude some of the systems. The oxidation of 3 to 5 indicates that the ketonic group is present inside the ring. Had it been in the side chain, an acid with less number of carbon atoms would have been formed. This means that because once I converted this from 3 to 5, that is from the cholestanol system, because I am getting a 2 dicarboxylic acid, it concluded that the carbonyl carbon is present in the ring system. In turn, it concluded that the OH is present in the ring system. If it was present in the side chain, then there should have not been a presence of this isomeric dicarboxylic acid. Instead, there should have been a monocarboxylic acid, which is not true. Now, the conversion of this dicarboxylic acid 5 to a ketone 6, it indicates that 5 either is a 1,6 dicarboxylic acid or a 1,7 dicarboxylic acid. This we have seen just now by application of the Planck's rule. This dicarboxylic acid is obtained from the hydroxyl group of the cholesterol, which can't be present in ring D, as it would form 1,5 dicarboxylic acid instead of 1,6 dicarboxylic acid or 1,7 dicarboxylic acid on the above treatment. Hence, OH may be either in ring A, B or C. Now with this we could observe here that because I am getting an 1,6 dicarboxylic acid in both the isomeric products, it can be now concluded that OH has to be present in either A, B or C ring. It cannot be present in a D ring. This OH, it cannot be present in D ring because D ring is a 5-membered ring, and in D ring, if I have got this OH group, then it should have led me to a 1,5 dicarboxylic acid. But when I observe this compound number 5, I am getting a 1,6 dicarboxylic acid products. Hence, it concludes that OH is either present in ring A, ring B or ring C, which are 6-membered rings. So this isomeric products, it concluded that OH is present in either ring A, ring B or ring C, which are 6-membered ring. This could be established because of the application of the Planck's rule. The formation of 2 isomeric dicarboxylic acid 5 suggested that the keto group is in cholestanol is flanked by a methylene group on either side. Now we can observe here, when I just converted this dicarboxylic acid, that is the isomeric products, into a ketonic system, there is a presence of CH2 here, there is a presence of CH2 here. This means that this ketonic group is flanked between two CH2 groups. The next conclusion is the ketonic group is flanked between two CH2 groups. Examination of the proposed structure 1 of the cholesterol or structure of the Diels hydrocarbon now indicated that such an arrangement is possible only if the OH group is present in ring A and in position number 2 or 3. Now with this, all the conclusions of the above reaction, it is said that OH has to be present in ring A only, and it has to be either position number 2 or position number 3. Hence, with these conclusions, we can conclude that with the above reactions, we could conclude that OH has to be present in either ring A, but the position can be either 2 or 3. This is because of that flanking position that we just established. That is, carbonyl carbon is flanked between 2 CH2 system. Now, because there is a formation of two isomeric acids by this flanking position, we can observe in this reaction also. Cholestanol, that is compound number 3, it undergoes an HNO3. That means it will just react with HNO3, giving me a dicarboxylic acid. Just now we have seen this reaction. We could get two isomeric compounds. That is, either the cleavage is between 2 and 3 or the cleavage is between 3 and 4 respectively. These two isomeric acid finally concluded that the presence of the OH has to be between either between a system like position number 2 or position number 3 respectively. Now, cholestanol, that is this compound number 3, on treatment with methyl magnesium iodide followed by selenium dehydrogenation yielded 3-7 cyclopentanoperhydrophenanthrene system, or 3-7 cyclopentanophenanthrene, that is compound number 7. The structure is proved by its synthesis. Now we can observe here that when there is a presence of this cholestanol compound, when it reacted with methyl magnesium iodide, now what will happen? This CH3 minus will attack onto the carbonyl carbon to give me this intermediate. This upon selenium oxidation, it gave me 3-7 cyclopentanophenanthrene structure. Now this was established upon the synthesis of the Diels hydrocarbon. The formation of this compound number 7, it suggests that the OH group has to be present in the cholesterol and it is present in position number 3. In this particular compound, the position is 7, which corresponds to position number 3 in the cholesterol, which correspond to position number 7 in the compound number 7. The compound that we have tried to synthesize here is, it is a Diels hydrocarbon. The Diels hydrocarbon position number 7 corresponds to position number 3 of the cholesterol. Hence, with all these reactions, we could establish that OH is present in position number 3. OH is present in third position in the cholesterol structure. So, with all these reactions, we could establish that position number 3 is for the OH group of the cholesterol system. In this particular discussions, we saw the position of OH. Thank you.